Yeah, today's brake day. So, brake day? On jack stands, see what jack points are, and of course receive jack. Alright, let's take a look at this picture. What do you mean burnout?
It locked down and pretty well caught fire. It's not too horrible, but these are a little melted on the ends. And it was smoking bad.
I don't see what you're talking about.
But there's not enough left of it. It doesn't move anywhere anymore, so it's welded solid, which is going to be interesting. Moving free though, and there's not a huge groove, so I should be able to pry it off.
All right.
In theory, these should move fairly good, because they've been off in the last 2 years, but they've also been red hot, so we'll see. Hammer time.
I would sing the lyrics. I was an 80s child. I do know the lyrics to Can't Touch This. However, comma, I don't want to go to jail and copyright bots will catch it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that freaking psycho build.
Let me go grab.
Sometimes tightening it lets you loosen it. Don't ask why, it just works. Well, it's just a matter of getting it to break loose, and sometimes you can get it to tighten up and break loose as opposed to loosen and break loose.
Oh, you got a great mixture of replacement parts here.
Yeah.
You've got Napper, not a sponsor,
Yeah.
Yep,
in CarQuest.
not a sponsor.
We hope.
Although Napa and CarQuest, if you do want to sponsor us, we are cheap. We'll just take free parts.
Hey! The piston moved. That's a good sign. I might actually be able to get this thing off.
So, more words of wisdom in following this logic. You got to tighten to loosen. You got to loosen to tighten. Do you have to know when to hold them?
And know when to fold them.
Know when to walk away?
And know when it's
You can't say
time to
that.
go to the scrapyard.
Yeah, know when to take it to a scrapyard.
It's better if you can sell it.
That's why the engine gives you advice. Cycle.
It does say, yeah. It says reduce and reuse first. We're reusing.
Well, I found it interesting. I was talking with a friend that had a same model year or a year newer four-door version of this car. And he doesn't have it anymore, and he was trying to figure out how the hell I have this one still going. So
Those 3800 freaking engines are dang near bulletproof,
Yeah.
other than the...
transmission,
Yeah.
and that's what happened with his. The transmission died, and he just got rid of the car. That's the reason why mine's still going, is I paid to have the transmission rebuilt.
Don't inflate his ego.
Although I'm not impressed with the rebuild. And they did not replace everything they were supposed to in it. Because it was supposed to replace torque converter too, and they did not. If they did, they actually got a junk one. But future thing. Someday I may switch it out. And
I wonder what.
I
other
would like to
guys-
make this thing track ready someday. Take the governors off, improve the suspension a little bit. The anti-seize worked.
Now, anti-seize, which one did you use? Red or blue?
Blue Loctite on these so they wouldn't back out and I didn't have to over torque them. And I actually think I put just normal, regular old anti-seize on the ends of them to keep that from welding shut, because it seems like it's the tip of them that gets welded shut. Well, rusted shut.
So you didn't put red Loctite over the whole thing on replaceable parts?
Nope, I didn't want to punish someone else.
Which would be yourself.
I know. These brakes haven't been on here 2 years. Which means I'm trying to get it off now so the warranty doesn't go off next week. Now it's at the fun point where it's too far out to get the ratchet in there anymore, but not loose enough to get out your fingers, and it hasn't let go yet. I got it off. I had to just, there was like half a turn left, and then always use free broken screwdrivers for pride if you got them.
Not everyone keeps broken screwdrivers.
Yeah, oh yeah, that too. I'm sure.
Believe me, if you use them for pride, you will have broken screwdrivers.
Pretty sure people have seen the Horde in the background of the video. The Horde TM.
About the Gladiator?
The Horde.
All the crap piled up.
Yeah.
This is what happens when everything gets thrown out of a flooded out storage unit and into your garage.
All right. Good grip.
Rotor? No,
Rotor.
it's all chewed up from where the brake locked down on it.
So we're replacing rotor?
Yep, replacing rotor because it's chewed up. Surprisingly, it does not look warped, but I'm not going to redo it. I'm just going to replace it.
Yeah, could we open that box and so we get a side-by-side comparison?
Yep. Maybe.
Maybe.
Pretty please.
Look at that, a master opening up a box.
Well, he is using his broken screwdriver.
Very useful. Don't throw them away. And see there, you've got the nice new one.
That's covered in goo.
Yeah, it's covered in anti-rust.
Okay.
It's all nice and new and smooth.
Yep.
It's got the tooling marks, and then you have this one that's got grooves all chewed in it.
Yeah, it's not a record. It's not supposed to have grooves in it.
And to give you an idea how bad this is, this one looked like this 2,000 miles ago. That's only about 2,500 miles of wear. So, it was a problem. I'm also replacing the soft line because the guess of why this failed and has had issues is this soft line's probably collapsed on the inside. So the line's not letting the fluid run right. Otherwise, you do not want to hang it like this because it's hard on the soft line. You need to mount it somewhere or have something to set it on. But like I said, I'm replacing that line, so I'm not worried about it right now.
It's
Alrighty.
gonna be fun getting the
Oh, wow. Yeah, the pads are down to the metal on the outside from where it's locked in.
it's gonna be fun getting the parking brake cable off the caliper again.
Again, I know it.
Well, at least we'll all be here to cheer you on.
Yeah.
If not cheer you on, we're going to be here to make fun of you. By the way, please like, share, and subscribe. Your daily reminder from Lou the Camera Guy. We got a perfect sitting spot right here on this old toolbox.
Trying to get this back in so I can set this up so I don't have it hanging off of it. Disconnect. Last time I worked on these brakes, I replaced everything and changed this cable. At least this is a new cable, so it moves. It's not rusted on there.
So here's to hoping it's easier.
I need a little long pry so I can get it out of the way.
You do you. We'll be here. So we're going to note a little longer means the longest screwdriver he has.
I don't have much. I don't have anything in between really, but it definitely takes care of the problem.
Not the right one?
Does that look like the right caliper to anybody else?
No.
It looks bigger.
Yeah.
Come on, CarQuest is not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
This is not the right caliper. Great, which means I'm still going to take the caliper off so I can exchange it for the right one, but it means I don't have one to put back on there. I think that's supposed to be one of the calipers for the front, but it don't look right for the front either.
No, I don't
That's
think
a two-piston caliper.
No,
Yours
the one
is a
in
one piston.
that's a 2-piston. The one in there's a 1-piston. The front ones are 2-piston. It's supposed to be one of the calipers for the front. There's the wrong caliper in the box. So it's not even the caliper supposed to be in that box.
Those are T90.
Yeah, those are the ones for this one.
That's just
Because these
not,
are
a
tiny.
3,000-pound car.
Yep, they're pathetically undersized. That's always been a problem with this car. Yeah,
Maybe-
those are for the Kia.
Maybe he's trying to get you to upgrade.
I want to, and it's been difficult to find brakes to upgrade with. You're supposed to be able to convert this to the Corvette's brakes,
Yeah,
but that requires to have a Corvette to steal everything off of.
they don't sell those parts anymore.
Not really. They do and they don't. You have to know what you need. Well, I'm not entirely sure what I need. And the advice is always find a wrecked early 90s Corvette and steal all the stuff off of it. Well, take all the stuff off of it. But
Yeah,
wrecked early 90s Corvettes aren't as common as they once were.
that's true.
Now, at least I got the right pads. Now here's the question, will that door close?
This door?
Mm-hmm.
No, it will not.
No, it will not.
Good job.
Let's see if I can do the soft line today at least. Get that caliper off.
What, where, when? What if your Kia gives my Kia AIDS?
Ain't gonna happen. They use protection.
They better not be doing anything. Just because they're both green.
You can't. It's nature. You can't stop it.
Come on, we'll end up with a Seltos. Oh. Not 11, so it should be 12. It's not 12, it's standard. Every one of those lines. Thank you. That was the main thing. I figured I better check and make sure I actually have the right line before I take the old one off. Plus it gave me a chance to look at it. There's a lock clip I've got to take off. I see that. So.
So we just checked the line, compared one line to the other, and yeah.
Wow, that line is broken.
What?
This soft line, it's not
Yeah.
leaking, but look at the casing's collapsed. That's where it's buckling and not working.
Oh, good lord.
Because it has separated completely from the outer line, which is the harder part.
Hang on. Well, sorry about shaky cam. I'm gonna pick y'all up so we can all see.
Yeah.
Demonstrate that for me,
But
please.
that's likely where it's collapsing, where it's pulled away from the outer casing.
Yep. And if fluid can't get back out, calipers won't open.
Yep.
Calipers won't open. Brakes go squeaky squeak. Then grindy grinding crunchy crunch.
Measure what I'm doing here. 13. And also, I'm going to have to figure out what this is because that 12 is slipping, so I don't know what size is on the other line, but I'm going to finish taking this parking brake off first.
The magic of editing. I will not be on camera.
You say that.
You know, it's funny. People keep saying that that thing looks like a baby Range Rover Evoque. But the first generation Kia Soul had that, you know, where the windows went from wide at the front to narrow at the back.
Yeah.
Which is signature of the Range Rover Evoque. The first gen that came out way before the Evoque had that look. So the Range Rover copied a little tiny Korean economy car.
Probably. I was gonna say it doesn't look like a Range Rover because it's not up on blocks, so it's not sitting in a mechanic shop. If you really want it to look like a Range Rover, pull one of your things and set the check engine light off.
That would be on my
Don't blame you. Or loosen the timing chain a little bit so it just clacks just a little bit every time you start it up. $80,000 vehicle. It's at mechanics more than it's in the freaking garage.
I'm trying to figure out what size the hydraulics are. Nothing's wanting to fit tight to it. Now I'm trying to pull the parking brake part thing off, and I just needed a breaker.
Oh, okay. Go.
Why does everyone here have fucked up cars?
I felt like that tightened, so let's try the other way.
Sometimes it's better to tighten it.
Hey, it broke it loose. It wasn't moving at all before.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to tighten to loosen. Sometimes you have to loosen to tighten.
If you have that thing for more than 4 years.
Advice, once you get to the age where laying on a cold, hard floor hurts a lot, it's advisable to have a man to do this. Someone else to do this.
Yeah, let's just get Jeeves. Jeeves, fix the car, Jeeves.
By the way, are those things right here?
Mm-hmm.
Are they like stops for the exhaust pipe not to hit?
They're stops for this when it's maxed out, and it's also checkpoints. These are hoist points. Which one's covered by the exhaust, but they're actually to stop these arms from coming down too far. They're stops. You can see where it's hit sometimes. It stops these. So when
what
you're
does it hit? It's on the bottom.
if they dropped enough, it would knock your exhaust off and pull this out because this release comes down like way down here. So it's to keep this from going far enough that it can slide out.
Built by Craftsman. Not a sponsor.
Well, hey, they want a sponsor too. I'm actually happy to have any sponsor.
I don't even think Craftsman sponsors themselves anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh Lord, that is a rant for another video. Needless to say, I have not been impressed with Sears' last CEO.
All right.
Should I say Hatchet Man?
I need 3 more sizes of wrench because nothing's fitting. Well, it's not a... So it's got to be 12 because the only thing fitting it, but the 12 don't fit it well. Thanks for the dirt.
When even your car attacks you.
My hands.
That thing is 12 millimeter, but it's made of lead, so it won't do anything. It's just rounding off.
You're so fancy. You should have traded it in by now for another so fancy. Do it.
I almost did. I almost traded it for a Super back in 08. I just couldn't make the finances work.
That would have been hilariously good fun.
But I normally traded this and the Wrangler I had at the time, a 03 Wrangler, for a Super. They didn't have one on the lot, and I couldn't get the finances to work out to order one.
Now the Supers they're great fun.
LS
When they work.
4 V8 through the front wheels?
Yes. When they work, they're great.
I prefer the Grand Prix or Grand Am or whichever one that has the LS4 in the front.
Then again, I'm also of the mind that if you buy a car, you drive a car. I don't care if it's $1 million, $3 million. If you buy it, you drive it. People have got these freaking Ferrari F40s, and oh my God, I don't want to drive it.
Why did you buy it?
It's losing value. It's like, why do you have it? World's largest lawn ornament?
Hey, I thought we weren't talking about Land Rovers.
Explosion in this thing. I might actually start using explosions. So I don't think anybody else uses explosions. That's what came with
Hang around me long enough, something will explode.
Like that brake.
Or the soft line on a brake.
Okay, when he shows the camera the brake from the Kia, just put an explosion over the brake pad.
I just like how it ejected the brake pad. The pedal went straight to the floor. I heard a ting and pulled over, stopped and got out and looked, and there was the brake pad just laying over on the side.
Self-yeeted.
It's like, okay, that happened. Now where's my...
Are you going to blur his license?
Having fun dealing with it's been together for 25 years, 26 years, and it does not want to separate.
Just cut it.
Well, I need the hard line, and it's still in good shape.
Also, you gotta get rid of that limb.
I'm trying to figure out how to get this off.
Have you put PB Blaster on it?
Won't matter if I can't hold on to the bolt. Bolt's too soft to do anything with.
Vice grips?
That's what I've got on it. And it's just chewing off the bolt.
PB Blaster and vice grips. And let it sit for a while.
You gotta
Heat it up.
Brake fluid. It's flammable.
Damn. Go for a drive?
I mean, it's got
That's
three
one
wheels.
way to heat it up.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'll go and take this caliper off. On the fact that I've got to take that brake, that spring too, and brake. I almost forgot to take the parking brake spring off because sometimes they don't come with that.
Yeah, you might want to keep that.
So I just pulled spring, so parking brake return spring. Some assemblies come with one, some assemblies don't. So keep it.
Yes.
If it's good, keep it.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you got to tighten to loosen. Sometimes you got to loosen to
I'm taking the
yeah.
plug too because same thing. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't.
Sometimes you got to know when to hold them.
So long.